Austin Simmons is going to be a star. Believe me on that. And we have an exclusive interview with him on the eve of SEC Media Days.
You are Locked On Ole Miss, your daily podcast on the Ole Miss Rebels, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to the Locked On Ole Miss podcast. I'm your host, Steven Willis, and we are going to have an exclusive interview with Austin Simmons on the eve of SEC Media Days. Thank you for making Locked On Ole Miss your first listen every day, and please give us a like, subscribe, and comment on your way out. It doesn't cost anything, helps the show stay free, and free equals fun. This episode is brought to you by Monarch Money. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use the code LOCKEDONCollege, all one word, at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. So without further ado, here's Austin Simmons. Austin Simmons joins us. He's getting ready to travel to SEC Media Days for Ole Miss's tour tomorrow. Austin, listen, I'm just going to be frank. Whenever I saw your interview with Locked On SEC at the Manning Passing Academy, I kind of got a little bit excited because there was a little bit of that South Florida swagger in that interview, and I was waiting to see if it would come out this season. Do you feel like really confident going into the season? What are the expectations?
Really, just the whole thing is just go out there and showcase my skills, like wherever I have to offer this upcoming season and stuff. So people are just gonna have to wait and find out who I truly am as a quarterback and just go on from there. That's all I can really say about that.
Yeah, I mean, have to admit, sometimes it feels like I'm driving the hype train when it comes to Austin Simmons, the quarterback. And listen, I read an article, I think, on The Athletic last week where they interviewed your dad. They interviewed Lane. It was all about you. And Lane compared you to a certain left-handed quarterback, probably because of your demeanor at Alabama and Tua Tagovailoa. As a South Florida guy, him being the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, do you see anything like that? Do you try to be an extremely calm quarterback? Is that your mindset going into all this?
Yeah, I'll definitely say I'm really laid back and also have a little goofy side to me. You know, you probably heard that from Kaden Lee. And really like the whole ideal thing is to really just go out there and just showcase my skills and go on about my day. It's really just go out there on the field, do my best 100%, like give 100% effort each and every time and just go out there and just dominate.
So Manning Passing Academy, that's the first time you've done that as a counselor. What was that like? What was your experience there? And what did they do? What did you get out of it as opposed to the high school kids that are going there?
I would say like it was probably the best experience I've had this entire summer. You know, being around the Mannings, especially around Eli and Archie, and really just getting to know them better as people rather than just like, you know, as legends at Ole Miss. You know, it felt great just to talk to them, just sit down with them and be around those kids. Like I'll definitely say a lot of them have bright futures in football for sure. You can definitely see it on the field whenever like we had those practices in the morning and afternoon. And we'd like coach some 7-on-7 games. There was some there's some competition out there, I'll tell you that. And it was just really long days, you know, especially in the hot weather in Thibodeau. And it was just a fun experience.
You know, they do the thing where the counselors kind of compete and they have something set up like a skills challenge. What's your favorite event? What was something you had the most fun doing?
Really like just of course just doing routes in there. That was probably like, you know, all eyes on you, like two quarterbacks up out of the bunch and really just everyone's just locking in on you, seeing like what you're doing, every single movement, every single step. And I just love like how all the eyes were just looking at me the entire time, just ripping some balls down the field.
Well, speaking of the eyes being on you, the eyes are going to be on you starting Monday morning, SEC Media Days. Austin Simmons going to SEC Media Days as a sophomore quarterback. What's your expectations? What do you think's going to happen? What do you want to happen?
Oh, I'm at SC Media Day.
Mm-hmm.
Really like the whole expectation is really just to get, you know, a question about the upcoming season, seeing like what my expectations are going into the season and stuff like that, seeing like how like I'm feeling about my performance, about my confidence, you know, especially with the whole team because we have like such like we have a large amount of like new guys coming into the season and really like my whole ideal thing is just to go out there and just show them like what we're really about game one.
So you mentioned a lot of new players out there. What have y'all been doing this summer? Who all's been the core working out in the summer? What have you noticed in the summer?
Oh, definitely. I've seen a lot more chemistry being built over summer and really like just seeing how everyone's like really coming together as one, like building that culture that we've like really been known for the past couple years. And seeing like how much this team has grown since spring, especially, and really just being around them and just getting to know them better as people. That's like been the main thing for me rather than just knowing them on the field and just talking to everyone
The last
and
time you were
bonding.
on the show, we talked about the wide receivers a little bit. Have you worked with any of the running backs? Have you seen any of the running backs going on during the summer? Is there any type of improvement that can be, I don't know, gleaned going into the fall compared to what happened a year ago?
All I can say is we have a hefty running back group. I'll tell you that, especially with the incoming freshmen we just got in Chicago Mills Knight, and we have great weapons. We have Keywan Lacey, Logan Diggs, Dominique Thomas, and we just got DT, from the transfer portal. So it's really amazing, like how like these running backs just come into work every single day, and seeing how Coach Smith just puts them on the field and just like make sure they know every single small detail when it comes to each and every play.
I don't know if people understand how it can be a simple play, but it can also be a fairly complex play. Between the time of you throwing the football and the snap on a simple RPO play, what is all the decision making that you have to make in that time frame?
I mean, it's a split second decision. You can really
Mhm.
never flinch when it comes to those plays. You're either going to rip the ball or you're either going to hand the ball. Like it's one of those two. And it also really comes to preparation before each and every game, like making sure you know exactly what's in front of you, know exactly what to expect in each and every, like, play right before seeing keys, and just a lot goes into it.
All right, we'll continue the talk with Austin Simmons right after the break. But first, I want to say, ever wish managing your money felt a little bit easier? With Monarch Money, it can. Whether you're growing into your savings or planning a big purchase, Monarch puts you in the driver's seat. It's like having your own personal CFO, giving you the full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money is more than a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all of your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So, with the addition of managing your money, you're also building wealth at the same time. When I got Monarch, I saw immediately how much money was being spent and wasted on going out to eat and the damage that was causing. Now I've been able to rein that in a little bit. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use the code Locked On College at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first purchase. That's monarchmoney.com, code Locked On College for half off of that first year. Without further ado, let's get back to Austin Simmons and see what he has to say. And you'll have the green dot on your helmet. You'll have Charlie Weiss and Lane Kiffin in your ear going up to the play each time. What is that like whenever they do it? Because I know as soon as you throw the ball, they're naming the next play to get everything lined up. But what's happening in the interim kind of after that until it cuts off? The microphone.
I'm sorry, you broke up. What'd you say?
Oh, what is it like with the green dot hearing from Lane and Charlie Weiss after the play is called, but before the ball is snapped and the mic goes dead?
Um, I'll definitely say they really like helping you out there, like making sure that you see those certain keys from the defense, because Wise has that bird eye view. He can see everything on the field. So, um, basically, like it really just comes down to the same thing: preparation. Make sure you see everything in front of you, because you can't always rely on. I can't always rely on Coach Wise and Coach Kiffin, because same time I still got to go out there and perform. So I'd say like they're gonna give me like the biggest advantage, especially with us going fast. We have a lot of time on the play clock before the mic cuts off, so it's good.
Is there anything in this offense that's kind of changed, like where they've molded it to you as opposed to Jackson Dart, what we're used to seeing? Is there something particular that they're doing? What are they doing? Not a
I'd say that's
schematic
another thing to
thing,
wait.
but
You gotta wait and find out. You got
Okay.
It's gonna be very
Okay.
explosive, I'll tell you that.
Okay. Everybody is kind of looking forward to that. Anyway, you have a suit for SEC Media Days coming up
Yes, sir.
tomorrow. In any type of surprise, anything you want to hint at?
Um, it's just gonna be like a classic suit. No, that's pretty much
Okay.
it. I'd say it's not gonna mean anything crazy. I'm not the type of person to like really go out there and just show off, and show out. Try to be a standout guy. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna just go out there and just be with the guys.
Okay. Kaden Lee got to go to SEC Media Days. He was selected for that. I've seen a lot of social media posts with you and Kaden. Brian Smith, the Florida football scout down here, is talking about Kaden Lee could lead the SEC in receptions. Do you guys have a connection? Do you guys have something to where you immediately look for Kaden on the football field from time to time?
I would say no. I think that all just comes down to like that connection being instilled when I first enrolled. Because when I first enrolled in summer 2023, it was like July, and basically just being out there, for OTAs, throwing 7-on-7 to him, like just getting that connection over and over again. Like the connection was already there. It's just like the bond that was built over time, and just being around him, getting like know him better as a person, just being bros. That's
Yeah. He went through a whole season without dropping a football thrown to him. That has to be crazy impressive, because you see like graphics from other schools is like he only had 4 drops, and it's like, well, this guy had none.
Mhm. Yeah, of course. Like that's actually kind of crazy because when that post was made, I said someone check his gloves because every single thing that gets thrown at him, it always comes down with it. So I'll definitely say he's going to be a great target going into this season for sure.
Yeah, it feels like back in the 70s, you seen the video of all the football players wearing the stickum. That's kind of what it looks
Yeah.
like. Yeah, that's what happens. All right. So you've had time to work out with some of the transfer wide receivers. You talked about Harrison Wallace a little bit being quick last time. You talked about Deshaun Stribling and some of the athletic ability. Give the fans a nugget to chew on about the wide receiver core at Ole Miss. Somebody.
Every single wide receiver that's going to be put on that field is always eligible to make a big play down the field. That's all I can really say. There's like not one receiver in that room that I don't trust that'll be put in a tough situation to make a play. Because I believe they're that dialed in, they're that connected as one group. Like you could see it, like everyone's friends with each other, like everyone's close, everyone's tight in that receiver room. So like just seeing like how they bond together and just being around them is like it's gonna be something special.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I think, have you had a opportunity to throw with Caleb Cunningham yet?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. So you can speak on that. Him and Winston Watkins and Samari Reed and Dylan Alford, those are 4 dogs that are going to have trouble getting reps on the field, man.
I know, like it's really like just a dogfight, like who gets the reps on the field. Like everyone's
Mhm.
good in that receiver room. So um you really like look at the bigger picture, like fall camp's gonna like set the tone like on how things are like really approached going into the season. So I think it's gonna be one hell of a camp, I'll tell you that.
You getting some nerves starting to build. You're just a couple of weeks away from something that you've been working toward for a couple of years.
Yo, yes, sir. No, we have our media day coming up. As our team, like our footage and stuff like that. It's gonna be really exciting. Putting those pads back on, first time in a while, and just really letting that moment sink in that okay, it's time. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay. Your first pass, if you got to just choose the route, what is your favorite route to throw?
First pass.
You, what route would you choose that to be if it was your first pass of the season?
Doesn't matter the route. I'll make the throw
Okay.
as long as it's a
Yeah.
touchdown. As long as it's a touchdown, we're good.
Yeah. I'm sitting here. So some people, whenever you ask that question, they immediately go route. Some people actually like the in route type stuff or a sell route or something like that. I was just curious which one you kind of felt most comfortable with. That's all.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, Austin. We will talk to you later. Good luck at SEC Media Days and as the season starts, man. And everybody, today is the Austin Simmons Brothers camp. We've been blasting that out on social media over the last couple of days, but thank you very much, Austin, and we'll talk to you later, buddy.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Howdy, toddy.
Thank you so much for making Locked On Ole Miss your go-to source for Ole Miss sports. We pride ourselves on offering the most comprehensive perspectives, which is why we are the front door of Ole Miss. If you don't believe me, Google Ole Miss podcast on there. You can see how much we come up. We're like 80% of the page. Your support means the world to us. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. It helps the show stay free, which free equals fun. For your second listening, check out The Portal Show. Brian Smith has the latest rumors, portal entries, and signings. Be the most informed fan on the rapid changes to the college football landscape. Find The Portal on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Hotty toddy, everybody. And remember, analytics is just the old English word that means bad football. We'll see you later.